Okay, what's going on? LBHT crew B, what is going on?
I mean, just a step slow today. That's okay.
it,
Happens to the best of us.
it happens. It happens. Listen, it is Wednesday. It has been a long week for me. I don't know about you guys, but we are here. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week has been going well. But if not, hopefully it gets better starting right now. We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Or Twitch. Yes, Twitch. So wherever you're listening, make sure you hit the like, follow, all that good stuff. All right, the chat is filling up. I see you. Zaul is in here. Yes, what is going on? Hello. It is the Wonderkin Show. What is going on, Nitro? Thanks for coming through. Our homegirl Kimberly is in the house, says, hey, lunch break hot take. What's up? Lamar Jackson is back at the Ravens. Let's go. Yes. Alfonso's in the house. What's going on, Alfonso? Thanks for coming through. Jeremy's in the house. What's up, Jeremy? Mr. J, the 6 is in the house. What's going on, Mr. J? Shout out to the Panthers crew. Okay, we're gonna be talking some Panthers today as well. All right, their opponents, what we expect, all that good stuff. Will Bryce Young be a day one starter? Okay, because right now he's not. Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
All right.
But we'll talk about it. Got a little QB competition going there. All right. Hendo from the Rogue Pod says, let's get it. This time of the week. Our brother Hendo. Salute. Yes, MDT Sports is in here. Says, what's up, Brodny? No love for me? What's up with that? Oh, there it is. Yes.
Yeah. Well, he used different emoji because he knows my Lakers are about to end his Warriors dynasty tonight. He's in his feelings a little bit. That's all right, MGT. That's okay.
Our guy Bazel's in the house.
It was a great run. It was a great run.
Hey, we're gonna talk some NBA as well. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Don Q's in the house. What's up, Don Q? OTR Mike said that was a quick nap, Jose. I was just talking to Mikey about 30 minutes ago. I said I'm trying to get a quick nap in. I didn't get the nap in, man. I try to get a little quick nap to get re-energized before the show, but I had too much running around to do. But I'm good. Once the show starts, I'm good. I'll be hurting later, but I'm good right now. All right. DDSQ, salute to you. What's going on? Just Allo says, hello, everyone. I hope all is well with the LBHT crew. Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Just Allo.
You know why I feel so good?
Why?
You see, because this shirt right here, okay? The Rogue Pod, okay? You see him in the chat. I like the feel of this shirt. I like the look of this shirt. It hugs my hugs my arms a little bit tighter, so I feel like I have bigger muscles than I really do. Okay, and I get more confidence wearing this shirt. All right, and if you guys want a shirt like this, you go over to the Rogue Pod. All right, the information is on his page. You go in there, you get one of these shirts. Get 2 of these shirts. Okay, you want to feel good at least twice a week. Get 2 of these shirts. All right, get about 5. You want to feel good every day. All right, you can change up the colors and everything. Okay, but this is a nice shirt. This is one of my favorite shirts right now. Okay, so go check it out. D Weezy, what's going on, my friend? Appreciate you coming through.
What's up, Derek?
All right. Oh, One Sessions. What's up, One Sessions? And Willie C. Bond. What's happening, my dudes? What's happening with you, Willie? Okay. Look. And Buddha Christ. Salute. Yes. We got the NFL. The schedule officially comes out tomorrow. There's been some leaked information or information they put out early. We'll talk about that. But we do know the Ravens opponents, so we'll take a look at it and discuss, give you our reckless and early predictions just off of the opponents, no schedule. We'll do the same thing with the Panthers. We're going to talk some NBA playoffs. All right, we're going to have a good time tonight. But first, we like to start every show with a Black History fact, and B has a Black History fact for you.
Yeah, so I just kind of want to talk about I almost hate to say it, but a baseball legend. Unfortunately passed away recently. A few days ago. This Vida Blue. He was a left-hander, a starting pitcher for the Oakland A's and the Giants and a couple other teams back in the late 60s up through the early 80s. Like I said, he passed away at the age of 73. He was a 3-time World Series winner, 6-time All-Star. He won over 200 games in his career. He was the first, well, actually, he won the AL Cy Young Award and MVP in 1971. He was the first black pitcher to start the All-Star game and also pitched in the first All-Star game that had 2 black starting pitchers. And, he was the first by virtue of his team was pitching first. So I don't know if it's really fair to just say he was the first, but he went out there before the other guy did. But so that's all right. He was also, and I have to include this because we don't like baseball around here, but he was also in his senior year in high school, he played quarterback. He threw for 3,400 yards, 35 touchdowns, and ran for 1,600 yards. So a great football player in his own right. He was recruited by Notre Dame to play football, but chose to go into MLB because he needed money to help out his family financially, and obviously went on to have a fantastic career. He's not a Hall of Famer, and he kind of spoke about that. He believed that part of the reason that he's not in the Hall of Fame, or that he wasn't in the Hall of Fame, was that he did have some substance abuse issues, and he actually in the mid 80s testified in the Pittsburgh drug trials, which was where a bunch of MLB players were taken in front of the grand jury and testifying about drug use on the Pittsburgh Pirates in their dugout. Like during games, they had players leaving the stadium before the game was over to go find cocaine dealers. And actually, my favorite tidbit from this story while I was looking this up, it's not even about Vida Blue, but it's about another baseball player, Tim Raines, who is in the Hall of Fame. Said that he always played games with a gram of cocaine in his pocket, and he used to slide head first into every base so he didn't break the vial. Like that was the only reason.
Wow. Man, this is what, in the 80s?
Yes.
Now, I want you guys to think about that. Okay, the 80s wasn't that long ago. Okay, because I'm not old. All right. The 80s wasn't that long ago.
Very true.
Now, this isn't when they cleaned up the sport. This is when he's thinking about the heyday of it. Okay, this is when they were doing it actively. Now, here we are in the 2020s. Okay. Yes, the sport has cleaned up. How much?
Right.
How much has it cleaned up?
Yeah.
Because this didn't happen that long ago. And when did they actually start to clean it up?
This is when, all right, not at the same time, but what's his name? Keith Hernandez had famously said that he thought that at one point 40% of the league was on coke. And like he backtracked and said, "Oh, I could have been way off. I don't know," but he knew.
Could be 60.
He knew.
Now I ask, like I was kind of joking, but it's serious. How much do you think they've cleaned up? And
not much.
And keep in mind, we did a story this time last year before on Tyler Skaggs, who died of a drug overdose. Mm-hmm. His the VP of operations for the team just got convicted in his death because he was held liable for his death because he gave him the drugs that he OD'd on.
Right.
Yeah, okay? That was recent.
And listen, you're not going to stop drug use if people want to use drugs. You're just not going to. And that's double, triple for people who have that kind of money.
Facts. Right. Now this is a Black History fact. We got off track, but that was,
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was my favorite part of the story that when I looked it up. But Tim Raines is also black, so it's all right.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. And and no, that's actually perfect, right? Because the overtime show, okay, as you guys know, patreon.com/LBHT Show. We do an overtime show following this show, okay? And what's going to be the topic? There's Jamison Williams. If you don't know who that guy is on the left, that is Jamison Williams for the Detroit Lions. Mm-hmm. And then there's another guy on the right. I know you don't know who it is. He's something Bohannon. He is a former baseball coach for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Okay. Now you guys know the rule here. When do we talk about baseball? When there's a Scandal. Yes. When there's a scandal. So we're going to be talking some baseball on the Overtime Show, and you don't want to miss it. We have always delivered on our baseball stories. I promise you, you're going to want to hear this one. All right. So that's going to be on the Overtime Show.
Buck, be ready to defend your sport.
No, look, Buck, he's all into these topics. He gives great insight on these topics.
Yeah.
All right. He's passionate about it. So, Buck, I hope you're there, man. Okay. Listen. The NFL schedule comes out tomorrow. No, we are not live streaming for it. Okay. No, we're not doing a video for the scheduling. Okay. Just enjoy the schedule. Maybe we'll tweet about it or whatever. But we know who the opponents are. Okay. We already know. We can start going over that right now. Okay. We can take a look and see who the Ravens are going to be playing. And then tomorrow we'll find out when they actually play these opponents. Okay. Here we go. And if you are subscribed to Coach Evans' channel, which you should be, you saw us talk about this on the Ravens Roundup on Monday. All right. Mm-hmm. So the home schedule. Here, let's take this off for a second here. There we go. The home schedule: Lions, Rams, Seahawks, Texans, Colts, Dolphins, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. All right. Away, 49ers, Cardinals, Jacksonville, Titans. That's the one in London, I believe. Chargers, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. All right. So yes, that was leaked today. The London game, I think it's against the Titans, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we know when that one is. I didn't look at the actual date, but it's out there. Okay. That's the only one that we know.
Yeah. And at least it's not one of their home games like it is for Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. There you go. All right. So let's start with home. Oh, what's up, Danny? We got to say what's up to Danny here. It says, welcome to the stream, everyone. Hit the like button and subscribe. Schedule comes out tomorrow. Salute, Danny. Thank you. And thank you, Keenan. Keenan says, like button smash. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I see you, Manuel, Call of Duty channel. Yeah, Jamison's press pass has to be revoked. We'll talk about Jamison Hamsley in a minute. Not Jamison Williams, Jamison Hamsley.
That's what I thought he was saying when I first looked at the comment, and I was very confused.
Zico Kage, salute to you. Jose and Brodny, what's good? And everyone in the chat. Okay, and I see you, Xavier. Thanks for coming through, Xavier. I just want to make sure I give a shout out to our people here. Okay, the Lions. We were talking about, we talked about Jamison Williams. We're going to be talking about him in the Overtime Show. He will, we don't know the schedule. He may not be in that game.
Right.
The Lions have, they're a talented group, I would say. But we all know the Achilles heel is Jared Goff. And even though we like Dan Campbell, we don't think he's the best of coaches necessarily.
He's a great motivator.
He's a great motivator. I wasn't a fan at first, and then I became a fan. Then you bring this down to get this. Oh, look at Shug with the donation. Salute to you. Get that going. Shug says, it's been a minute, but allow me to reintroduce myself. Shug Knight 323 is back. Yes. Says, how are my two favorite brothers? Hey, salute to you. How are we feeling about this game tonight, B? Can't wait till the NFL season to start.
I feel like this game tonight is a win, but we'll talk about that a little later.
He said Mittens, meaning Kenny Pickett, is rated E for everyone. B, how is Jedi Survivor?
Jedi Survivor is fantastic. If you are into video games at all, and even if you're not into Star Wars, it's a great experience. They tell a much better Star Wars story than the people who are currently making Star Wars movies. But that's neither here nor there. So let's get back to the schedule.
Let's get back to the schedule. And if you want to be awesome like Shug, there are two ways to do that. One is I'll pull it up real quick. Boom, right there, right below B. $ LBHT Show. That's the Cash App. Also, the pin link that you see in the chat box will take you to our stream elements. Both ways, leave your donation, leave your comment. You get a nice little animation right here. We'll read your comment on screen. All right. Okay. So the Lions, we don't believe in the Lions. Okay. That's just what it comes down to. We don't believe that they're really for real. Had they went and got a quarterback, try to upgrade a quarterback.
They did go get a quarterback. And Noah's going to be very upset with you for forgetting. They drafted Hendon Hooker.
No, he needs to be upset with Dan Campbell because Dan Campbell said he's not going to play for a long time.
Well, yeah, he's not even healthy yet. So
yeah. So I mean, there you go. They believe in Jared Goff. Maybe Hendon Hooker is somebody that they hope can develop into something down the road, but they're not looking at him to be a starter anytime soon. What's up, Garnett? No review. There's not going to be any old man gamer review. Okay,
Hendon Hooker is never going to play for the Lions.
Probably not. You're right. You're probably right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Danny says Jamison's a clown. We'll get to Jamison in a minute. We'll get to him in a minute. They're ready to get on him now. Okay, I got you, Danny. I got you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I once again thought they meant Williams. Well, I'm not used to talking about bad reporters that much, so it just doesn't click in my brain.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, the Rams. Listen,
that's a win. We don't need to look. They're the Rams. They're broken. Their team, they let their team fall apart. Essentially, they got their Super Bowl, and they're like, "Hey, okay, we'll take all these cap hits. We'll get rid of these guys now, and we'll rebuild it."
All right. Salute to Hendo for a $10 donation. Says we coming back from 1-3. The dog said so. Okay.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. You know what? No, I will. Like I told you, the dog also picked TCU over Georgia, so have fun with that.
What's going on, Coach?
What's up, Coach?
All right, let's get through these. Let's get through these. Seahawks is a tough one too, but at home. Look, so okay, all right. Picking conservatively, that could be a loss. But I'm gonna say that's a win. The Houston Texans. The Seahawks are tough, man.
Listen. The Seahawks are kind of tough. They're kind of tough. But I'm looking at these home games, and I'm looking at this Ravens defense that they built up over the last several years.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm looking at the new offensive coordinator and them finally having wide receiver, a respectable wide receiver room. I'm going to say that out of these 9 games, they lose 1, maybe 2. And I'm looking at the Bengals and the Dolphins.
You know what? I think you're right. I was looking at Bengals and Browns, actually.
Until I see Deshaun Watson actually remember how to be an NFL quarterback, I'm not really worried about the Browns.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we'll speed this up. All right. So you have 1 or 2. I have 1 or 2. Away games. San Francisco, Cardinals, Jacksonville, Titans in London, Chargers, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. Listen, the Chargers, that's our dad's team. Okay. I hope we beat the brakes off the Chargers.
That's not nice.
I hope we beat the brakes off of the Chargers. And I like their quarterback. I hope he throws for 4 interceptions.
The toughest game here is San Francisco. Depending on who they have under center. But they're probably the most complete team on Baltimore's schedule. And, again, if I'm looking at these, I'm counting San Francisco as a loss. And we'll just go ahead and say we'll say 1 loss at home to Miami, and they split with the Bengals home and home. Okay, so San Francisco, Cincinnati, and honestly, I think that maybe Pittsburgh, maybe Jacksonville, but I don't honestly think that they're going to lose 4 on the road. You know what I mean? I just think those will be tough games, but I don't think they're going to go 4-4 on the road.
I think. Yeah, I agree. I don't see them losing more than 4 games. Honestly, I think probably 3.
Yeah.
I think this team, the moves that they made this offseason, I just get an early feeling that there's a sense of urgency with everyone. You have EDC. We're going to talk about EDC in a second too. EDC saying, hey, man, I made some mistakes along the way, right? I didn't do anything I could have done. Lamar, who just seems laser focused all the time on winning Super Bowls. You guys, if you haven't checked out the interview Nitro did with Lamar Jackson, go over to his channel, and watch it. Lamar is locked in. He wants to win Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. He wants to be great. Okay. And he's dead serious about that. He's not just talking it. And OBJ is trying to get his career back on track. Zay Flowers, from the little bits that we've seen, he looks like he's locked in. Like, I just get this feeling that, you know, playtime is over, right? Like this is go time now. This is we're trying to win it all. This is what we're here for. So they're not going to be sleeping on many of these teams. I mean, just by the nature of the NFL, you're going to lose some games. That's just what it is. But they're not going to lose many.
I've decided Miami, San Francisco, Tennessee, and London. Those are the 3 losses. They go 14-3, win the division.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be teams that we don't expect. I think we're gonna beat Miami. We're gonna beat Tennessee. We're gonna beat San Francisco. We might drop one to the Bengals, the Browns, and maybe like the Chargers or the Jaguars. One of those 2.
Yeah, they have some tough teams on their schedule, but teams that they're better than, you know.
Yes.
Teams that they should be able to beat, but still tough teams nonetheless. Like Jacksonville is going to be a tough win. You know, the Chargers are going to be a tough win. But yeah, I'm sticking with 14-3, and I think that London trip gets them.
All right, let's read a couple of comments here. Living big with Big Reg, salute to you. Hey, subscribe to our guy Big Reg, man. He's putting out that hotness on the streets. Hit the subscribe button real quick, just like it says right there in the name. Living big with Big Reg. Do that for your boys real quick. All right, SV Cam, I agree. What's going on? He said Jose thinking Giro perspective. On what? He said just kidding. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he said 14-3. What do you guys think? Put it in the chat. What's the win-loss record there?
I mean, Hating Ass Shug has them at 9-8, even though they won 10 games last year.
Yeah, he probably has the Steelers 17-0 or something like that. What's going on, Darren?
That's a damn shame, Shug.
Yeah. Just Al says Cleveland, Bengals, 49ers, Dolphins, Titans will be the national games, is my guess. Yeah, the Titans are in London, so that'll definitely be one.
Yeah.
I can see
at least one of the Bengals, definitely the 49ers, definitely the Dolphins. Yeah.
Okay, I see you, Shug. 9-8 over there on Twitch.
I don't know. Is the league gonna punish Cleveland and not give them any primetime games because they're still angry?
Kimberly says 16-3 record. Yeah. So are you including the playoffs too? Because that needs to be no.
That was no. They can't really go 16-3.
No, we got to.
Well, I mean, I guess they could if they go 14-2 and then win 2 games in the playoffs and lose.
No, we don't want that, Kimberly. You gotta say 17-3. We lose 3 in the regular season, but then we win it all in the Super Bowl. Kimberly, we only play 17 games, and we play not only we added a game. We play 17 games now in the regular season. So that's probably that's probably what she's looking at. So you got to add an extra game. 17-3. What's up, Agent E? Salute to you.
What's up, Agent?
Manuel says lowest 12-5, high 14-3. 12-5 obviously ain't bad, but it ain't good enough for this team.
Nah.
5 games.
Unless Lamar is out again, they're too talented to lose 5 times, I think.
Yeah. Raven Ron says 15-2, 2023-2024 season. Okay. Jeremy Miller says 14 wins is way too high for a defense you haven't seen yet. Well, we've seen the defense. It's the same defense.
Way too high for a defense you haven't seen yet.
Yeah, it was like we've seen the defense. It's the same defense as last year.
Yeah, I mean they lost a couple pieces, but the offense should be, dramatically better than what it was.
So really, what we lost is Calais Campbell, and that's not nothing, right? But it's not that it's not that damaging to the.
Well, defense. I mean, it's Calais, Houston, and JPP, right? But the thought is that Ojabo is going to be replacing one of those guys, since he's healthy now, right? And that, I mean, I don't know. Did they bring anybody in to replace Calais, or are they just going with in-house guys? I can't remember now.
For right now, from what I can tell, they're going with in-house guys. Now you have to remember too that Michael Pierce got hurt last year. He didn't play at all, so he'll be back healthy. Michael Pierce is a good player. I mean, he gets hurt a lot, but he's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got Justin Madubuike. Hopefully, they play him in a more of a full-time role this year. We get some production there. Broderick Washington and Justin Houston. You speak of Justin Houston, he's still out there. And in fact, there's a few edge rushers out there. So if it's a matter of Ojabo and Owe can't take that next step, those guys are readily available, right? So the defense, I believe, and JPP, right? I don't think JPP signed anywhere. So you know, those guys are still out there if need be. And the defense, you know, was different, like in terms of loss. Okay, maybe that second corner, you know, maybe we don't have that locked down, but we have a second-year safety in Kyle Hamilton who played well last year, who's going to be even better this year.
And the second corner wasn't good last year anyway.
No, he wasn't.
Jeremy saying if they can't beat the Bengals, they can't. They're not winning the division. They beat them once last year.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
they don't listen. I mean, I'm not big on almost, but the fact is they almost beat them 3 times.
Yeah.
They beat them once with Lamar. The second time they lost with Tyler Huntley in the game. They could have won that game. And then in the playoffs, they should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're absolutely going to beat the Bengals. Right? I think the Bengals are a tough team, but
I don't even know. Like you see how close they play them, how tough they play them, even without Lamar. With Lamar there and the wide receivers, I think that they are just a much better team than Cincinnati. Cincinnati, you know, you can argue they have a better offense, right? You know, they certainly have better wide receivers with Chase and Higgins and Boyd, and now Charlie Jones. But they're nowhere near Baltimore's defense.
No.
And if Lamar's playing, I think that they're just a better overall team. And I don't think it's that close.
Okay. All right.
Like not that the Bengals are bad, but just you know, they're a clear, you know, they're clearly better than Cincinnati, I think.
Nitro, it is extremely hard. I mean, 16-0 is extremely hard. Adding an extra game, even if they're good enough to do it, they're not gonna. Then they're, you know, starters will sit. You're not gonna play that extra game. If they go 16-0 and have everything locked up, they'll sit. I 17-0. I don't see that. Just off of the fact that, like, they can be that kind of team. They can definitely be that dominant, but they're not going to be 17-0, right? Just for the sake of resting. Jake P, what's going on? Says they will go 12-5 at minimum. Okay, if they're healthy. The real question is, will John Harbaugh step up to the plate as a head coach come postseason to break through their ceiling? That's the question.
And history says no. Because this is their 6th season with John and Lamar together,
and this needs to be his last season if they don't get it done.
Yeah.
Kimberly wants to know, Jose, what's your win and loss record for the Ravens? 14-3. 14-3. They've been waiting. B Man Will says, can we now roast Jamison Hemsley? Why are you guys so angry at Jamison Hemsley? I'm not understanding this. She says, Jose, I almost didn't marry my ex-wife. Almost doesn't matter. I prefaced that with, you know, I don't like to say, you know, almost, right? I prefaced that we lost those games, but we also beat them, right? And Jeremy was saying we need to beat the Bengals in order to win a division. We did beat the Bengals. We can beat the Bengals, right? And yes, if Lamar's healthy, I don't really think I don't have much doubt about that. I just listen. Lamar locked in. You got him some weapons. I just don't think the league's got much for him. I'm gonna be honest, right? Like Lamar, he didn't need much more help, right? We just been saying, why don't you ever get him weapons like Kansas City does for Pat Mahomes, right? Or like Josh Allen, those types. Now, if OBJ is healthy, and that remains to be seen, but if he's healthy and he has even a little bit left from the OBJ that we knew, it's going to be a problem. And I don't see anybody stopping this team.
And it's funny because you still have a bunch of fans out there say, "Oh, he's not a good quarterback. He's inaccurate. Blah blah blah. He's a running back. If he can't run, then he can't play." Blah, blah. But the league itself, all the players in the league, the defensive players in the league, have been telling you for years that he is the biggest problem in the league. And now, like you say, now you have Odell. Hopefully Bateman stays healthy. You got Zay Flowers. Their defenses aren't going to know what to do.
They're not. And especially if we haven't mentioned Tom Monken. If Tom Monken can just do his job, if he can be a coordinator, that's going to be a very big problem.
And we haven't mentioned J.K. Dobbins either. J.K. Dobbins coming back, hopefully fully healthy, and hopefully they actually give him the ball.
Listen, the way he ran last year, he don't have to be fully healthy.
No.
80% J.K. Dobbins was killing people. Just give him the ball, please. Yeah. Please. He wants the ball on every snap, and he's not giving you a reason to not give him the ball.
Right.
Let's see what we got here. Xavier says, I do think the defense is good. However, our schedule was relatively soft down the stretch last year. Well, here's the thing. We don't truly know what these teams are going to be year in and year out. Some of these teams that we're looking at saying, man, they're going to be really good. Could be bad. Some of these teams that we think are going to be pushovers could be good. That's the thing about the NFL now, right? We don't always know how these teams are going to turn out. I mean, we're looking at San Francisco. We assume San Francisco is going to be really good. Don't really know.
Well, we didn't even mention the Colts. The Colts are one of your home games, right? Because you kind of look at them and you're like, rookie quarterback. They were bad last year. Rookie head coach. But if Anthony Richardson comes out and is the truth, that's going to be an extremely tough game.
Yes, absolutely.
You just don't know at this point.
We can have a lot of tough games on the schedule.
Yeah, nobody likes Will Levis, but what if he can play?
Right? Yeah, but look, a lot of these teams could be very good, which is why I don't see us going undefeated. But I think we're better. I've never been afraid of a tough schedule. In fact, I prefer a tough schedule. I want to see what the best teams are looking like and how we match up against them. And if we take the loss, that's fine. We make adjustments later, right? I rather play. I want to play Buffalo in the regular season. I want to play Kansas City in the regular season so we can get a look at them. So when we see them in the playoffs, we know what they got. We know what they can do, right? Give me the hardest teams in the league. We're supposed to be one of the best. I'm all for playing the top teams. I got no problem with that.
Right.
Okay, Jamison Hemsley. I didn't make a banner for it, but you guys want to talk Jamison Hemsley. What did Jamison say that's got you guys so worked up right now?
I don't even know. I didn't see him say anything.
All right, guys, put it in the chat. We don't pay attention to the media like that. He says something about Lamar not being at voluntary workouts, right? That's what you guys are mad about. He said Lamar wasn't at voluntary workouts. How do you spell his name? Jamison, S-O-N.
It doesn't matter. Just put J-H.
Jamison said something about
just put something
Lamar.
Stupid. Suge says, I heard Jose talk like this about the Nets. Look how that turned out. Suge, we hear you talk about the Steelers every year. They didn't make the playoffs, did they?
No, they didn't.
No, they did not.
No.
But it doesn't stop you.
Oh, I see what you did there. Look at that. Do you guys see what's on the bottom there? The Roundup meet and greet. We should put that in the chat as well. Okay. Look, there's 72 people in here. Hit that like button. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. That link at the bottom, there's a couple links there. All right. One will take you to OTR Mike's Patreon, which is up and running. Support our brother, OTR Mike. The other one is an Eventbrite link. All right. That is for the Roundup meet and greet coming August 4th. All right. Tickets are on sale. Go get you one. Go get you two. Go get you three. Okay. Get some for you, your friends, and your family. All right. There's limited spaces, limited tickets on sale. Plenty available right now, but they are moving. So, I don't want to say take your time and then they're sold out because I can't do anything when they're sold out.
I'll tell you right now, Grandmaster, that name would get you banned.
What do you say? The Steelers drafted a tight end with knee and ankle issues. Chris Paul.
They said they finished 6-2. I'm okay with it. You okay with missing the playoffs? That's wild. It's like from a fan base that always talks about how they win more than everybody else. Just sitting at home and being fine with it is a wild take, Should.
All right, so we'll talk more about the meet and greet later on, but keep that in the back of your mind. If you when you get a chance, get you a ticket. It's going to be food and drinks included, alcoholic beverages. There'll be a cash bar available. We're going to be giving away prizes. It's going to be music. It's going to be a good time. So make sure you get your ticket today. Jamison Hemsley says something, B. Let's see what he said. Manuel says, Hensley, I call him Hemsley. It's Hensley. Wrote a whole article about Lamar not being involuntaries and how that is bad. Okay.
Well, look, the thing about Jamison H is that Jamison H is a reporter, and Jamison H relies on people reading the things that he writes. Right?
Yeah.
Now, if nobody's clicking on his articles, then Jamison doesn't have a job anymore. And if there's one thing that will drive clicks to your article, it is talking about Lamar Jackson. Now, if you know two things, is that the volume of clicks is going to be much higher if you're talking about Lamar in a negative way.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Because what's the guy, Brian Windhorst? He made a whole career just being a LeBron reporter, and it served him well. Yeah, JH could be that same guy for Lamar Jackson. I mean, listen, Nitro is about to take that spot. Okay, Nitro and Lamar like this. I heard. Okay, from what I seen in the picture. Right. But that's what you should be striving for. Not this. Listen, the Lamar Jackson hater pool, that's full. Okay, most of that pool is taken up by Mike Florio. Okay,
does Jamison look like a young, hungry reporter to you, or does he look like a middle-aged man who settled into where he is? Because Brian Windhorst was very young. He was very young when he got started, and LeBron came in and he attached himself to LeBron's hip, and he was willing to go wherever. I don't think Jamison is going to pack up and I mean, honestly, Lamar's not going anywhere at this point. But I don't think that's not the attitude that Jamison has towards his work at this point.
Yeah, that's right. Nitro's more relevant now. Salute to Nitro. I'm so proud of Nitro, man. If you're still in here, Nitro, man, good for you. We are proud of you. Okay, yes. You worked hard. You established a genuine relationship with Lamar. Lamar, he's a fan of your work. That just speaks to how well you're doing, the work that you're putting in. People recognize that, and Lamar recognized that. So good job, and good job to Engraven. He also helped out with the interview. Great stuff, man. You guys go check it out.
And I cannot, I know that people aren't going to say anything publicly. I know that, but I can't imagine how pissed off those old school journalists are that Lamar's exclusive interview went to YouTube and not in an established media outlet. Like, if Mike Wilbon caught wind of that, I mean, his head would explode.
I think Florida's head did explode. That's why he, he's like, I had to sell for EDC. As much as I've been trying to get Lamar's attention, he goes on Nitro's show, and I got to get EDC, who's a robot. This man is telling me nothing right now,
except that I'm wrong. Oh, I love it.
It's like talking to ChatGPT.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Mr. Florio, but that's incorrect.
Diana Rossini was furious yesterday. Bro, I thought we were cool. How many texts do you think Lamar got after that Nitro interview saying, "Bro, I thought we was cool"?
Right. None of them said great interview. They were fuming. But maybe he's like Aaron Rodgers and nobody has his number. I mean, I know you saw that when I think it was Rappaport finally got a hold of Aaron Rodgers' number and texted him, and Aaron replied, "Nice try. Lose my number."
Salute, Nitro. He said, "Thank you." He said it was a win for us, Nitro. Listen, man. Listen, take a victory lap, man. That is a win for you. And yes, it's a win for us because yeah, you're our guy for sure. You know, it's but listen, that's all you, man. You did that. Salute, man. Salute. But don't worry about Jamison H, man. Like these guys are struggling. Like he's an older, I mean, he's not old, he's an older guy, right? He's been doing this for a while, and you know, he's used to the old way of doing media, which is fading away. And these guys cannot stand it. They cannot stand that they don't have access to these players like they used to. I mean, we're joking around about it, but what Nitro did is a clear example of the changing of the guards, right? In terms of media. Before, you had to go to school for journalism. Okay, you had to work your way at these newspapers, working in the mailroom, starting at the bottom, going and get coffee for the boss, you know, and then just to finally go out and ask a question at a presser or whatever. You had to work to build your relationship with these players, which what a lot of them are finding out now is you didn't actually build a relationship. Okay, those are business relationships that were forced upon those players, okay, by the teams in the company.
Yeah,
they don't care about you, right? What Nitro and Lamar have is a genuine relationship. Okay, that's a genuine relationship. He wasn't forced upon Lamar because he had a media credential and Lamar has to answer his question. Right? Lamar enjoyed his content. They spoke, invite him to go out to his restaurant, say, "Hey, I want to meet this dude." And that's a genuine conversation that they had. Okay. People like Jamison Hemsley are absolutely furious.
Yeah, and it's the same reason why players go to Josina Anderson, right? Because she's fair in the way she reports about the players, and she can keep secrets, you know, if need be. But Josina's not doing a podcast about, oh my God, Lamar didn't go to voluntary workouts. Doesn't mean anything. It means absolutely nothing. But you know, like I said, people like Jamison, they have to produce content. They have to produce a certain amount of content every single week, no matter what that content is. And it has to be stuff that people want to read. It has to be stuff that people will click on. So he's doing his thing. I don't think it's anything against Lamar, but he has to write articles and he has to get clicks. Otherwise, he doesn't have a job.
Yeah, because he's a Ravens reporter, right? He's not a reporter. He's not talking about. He might have a wealth of knowledge on other stuff, but he's hired to do that. And that's extremely tough, even for content creators. This is a time of year, ladies and gentlemen, that can be extremely tough for content creators, especially if you have a special niche. If you're just talking about one team or two teams in our case, right? There's not a lot going on. No. Okay. And it's hard to come up with content to talk about for an hour plus, right? So we're talking about something that's nothing. This is nothing right here.
This is our way of telling you that the shows here on out are going to be 35 minutes. Until,
I don't know how to bring this to you, but we don't want to
at least until preseason. Right?
But no, it's tough. So you have to find stuff. And for them, because that is their careers, that's their livelihood, they're a little bit more aggressive with it. So they're gonna say, "Oh, you're not voluntary practice. That's a big no." I know lots of veterans do that all the time, every year, but this is a bad thing, right? He's got to write something. He doesn't believe that.
No, and I think that's why you see most players they don't respond to stuff like that. It's in one ear and out the other. And you ask them, well, why are you cool with this reporter? Because they know what it is. They know that they have to put out stories like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not that they want to, they have to do it.
Yeah, Gunnar, you're right. He says team ESPN reporters will always find something to talk about, good or bad. They have to. They have, they have to put out shows, right? Listen, real talk. Same thing with content creators. We gotta put out something if you're serious about doing this, and you're gonna give consistent content. You gotta find something to talk about, good or bad. Just like we talk about baseball, but we like to talk about the good stuff in baseball. aka the bad stuff. All right, listen, guys, don't worry about JH anymore. Okay, we'll talk to him for you guys. Don't worry about him. He's harmless. Okay,
baseball has the most easily triggered fans in all of sports, and it is the dirtiest sport in existence outside of like cycling.
Cycling is the dirtiest sport in the world,
and disgustingly dirty too.
So you guys know about Lance Armstrong. We going off track for a little bit, but you guys know Lance Armstrong, live strong and all that stuff. You know he got busted finally for steroids. Did you guys know when they stripped him of his I guess the last race that he won, the last yellow jacket, it wasn't the second place that won it. It wasn't the third place that won it. It wasn't the fourth or fifth or sixth place. I think it was like the seventh place person won the jacket because they all tested positive. Can you imagine coming in round the end? Right? You got smoked by all these people, all the elite guys. You got smoked. And they're like, congratulations, it's Will Warren, but here's your jacket.
So is that the jacket just went to a hobbyist who just entered 1 year for fun? Jeez,
I wonder how many people realize that, because that part didn't get talked about that much.
No, because we don't. The only reason we care about the Tour de France is because an American was winning it.
Yeah, and the only reason they cared about him cheating is because he was winning.
So he was an American. It was a beautiful. I mean, I was not beautiful. It was a very toxic, but symbiotic relationship, though. Right? It got a lot more coverage, even though they hated it.
Yeah. D Weezy said something like 9 of the 10 Tour de France were on. Yeah. That one were by dopers. Yeah.
The next American was a doper too, Floyd Landis.
Yes. Yeah. And he had no problem snitching on everybody.
nor should he. You ride bikes.
Man,
even the cool kind. You ride pedal bikes.
Yeah.
You ride bicycles.
All right. Okay.
No honor in that. You ride bikes and you go through blood transfusions so you could do it faster.
Listen, this is serious business. Cycling is a serious business.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what blood doping is, I don't want to get into it here. Somebody I knew that was a cyclist and he tried to compete. He told me what that was, and I was like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
This is what you guys go through. He's like, if you want to have a hope, a glimmer of hope of competing, you better be doping.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree.
Your blood and everything. Jeez, man.
I agree, Xavier. Just normalize the dope, right?
For a sport like cycling, absolutely. If everybody's doing it anyway, what are you fighting against?
Right.
Because it's not like it just seems like everybody's doing it. Everyone is doing it.
You know what, Grandmaster? I'm not gonna say the whole name because V has a problem with CP3. I don't. But he said golf is the most boring to watch by far. I agree, but as you wrap around my age, our age,
turn that corner.
I still don't watch golf, but it's very enjoyable to play. If you haven't played golf, I highly encourage you to go play with some friends. It is the best time in the world. Even if you just want to hit up Top Golf, you want to hit up like a driving range. It is so much fun. Go play it. Let's see. Yeah, Lance Armstrong. Look, Angie E says Lance Armstrong a cheater. Everybody in that sport cheats. That is definitely like 80 to 90% of that.
Yeah, Asian, you could just retype that and say replace cheater with cyclist. Like it's no different. Like calling somebody a cheater in cycling is calling water wet.
Yeah. Okay, now let's get to the other schedule.
Yes,
because time is
the most interesting schedule in the world.
Oh yeah. Sure. All right. So if you don't know, anybody that's new here, you don't know, B is the Panthers fan here. Look at that.
I really love how it covers the whole screen too. So I just don't even have to worry about being on camera.
All right. Listen. So we got the Ravens at 14-3. Panthers Nation, let's go. Now that you have your quarterback, you have your coaching staff assembled, your coaching staff of the dream team's coaching staff, if you will. Okay.
Yes.
A revamped wide receiver core. Okay. Even though you lost Christian McCaffrey, you got a pretty solid running back in Miles Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your record looking like here?
So, just looking through the schedule, the first thing that jumps out is you're going to be playing against Anthony Richardson and possibly Will Levis as well, on the road. I thought that they were playing. Yeah, there it is. And CJ Stroud. So they're going to be playing so they're going to know. I mean, not know for certain, but that'll be the narrative. You're going to know very early on if you pick the right guy, right? Mm-hmm. It's leaked now that they are opening the season on the road against Atlanta. Now, we kind of talked about it a little bit, but as of this moment, they're saying that Andy Dalton is the starter. And we know this is a thing that NFL teams do in May, all the time when they pick a quarterback number one. Oh, he's got to earn it. Oh, this garbage quarterback that's never going to be a starter again is definitely the guy. Andy Dalton had better, barring injury, Andy Dalton had better not take a single snap for the Carolina Panthers. Yeah. Not one.
Let me read this on Shug. Salute to Shug for the donation. Appreciate you. Says, we can just skip the Panthers. No one cares.
Yeah, take that
I see 116. Also, golf, greatest sport to watch. Like
Shug is batting 1,000 on being wrong.
He said, why stop now?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring this list up here. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. I think you sweep the division.
Wow.
I don't think. Listen, it's not to say the Panthers are a great team or whatever.
Okay,
but these guys,
you didn't have to qualify it. That's fine.
But these guys didn't do anything.
No, I think that they go 5-1 in division. I think they split with New Orleans with Derek Carr quarterback.
Okay.
But I don't really see. Atlanta has improved, but I think that they didn't improve their offense enough, and I don't really think that Desmond Ridder is going to outduel Bryce Young.
Oh, I'm sorry, Xavier Smith. He says, no way. You think that was a ridiculous comment I made? You think that these Falcons, Saints, Tampa Bay, you think that was a ridiculous statement? Who are the quarterbacks? I mean, we gave you one. Who are the other two?
Well,
don't look it up.
Gave him two.
Yeah, but he wasn't paying attention.
I know.
Nobody pays attention to those names.
And no chance he gets the Tampa quarterback.
Shugek tipped $1. That was Shug. He spelled his name wrong. Says, wow. Brodny, you know who is batting 1,000? Yoda and the Jedi.
In reverse, just like you. But yeah, so I think that looking at this home schedule, let me bring it back up here. That's a win over Atlanta, a win over New Orleans, a win over Tampa. I'm going to say a win over the Colts, a win over the Texans, a loss to Dallas. And so Green Bay and Minnesota are a little tricky. We got to see how Jordan Love looks. Minnesota, I just don't really trust, but they were a playoff team, right?
Yes.
I'm going to say they lose to Minnesota, and I'm going to say they get the win over Green Bay. So I'm thinking 6-2 at home. I think that they will be worse on the road. They are a very young team. But I do think that they get the 2 wins over Atlanta and Tampa on the road. So that brings us to 8. I'm going to say Chicago wins. I'm going to say they beat Detroit to get to 9 wins. They lose to Jacksonville. They lose to Miami. They lose to Seattle. And it really depends with Tennessee. But for right now, I'm going to give them the win and say they go 10-7.
Oh, okay. So I have them sweeping the division. So that's 6 wins. I had them losing to everybody in NFC North except the Lions. All right. Green Bay. No, I'm sorry. No. Yeah. I think Green Bay, Chicago, Vikings get the win. I think they beat the Lions. I think they lose to the Cowboys. The Colts is tough. Because like you said, if Anthony Richardson is that guy, that'd be very hard. But I think you got the better quarterback right now. I think you're the better team right now. So I'm gonna pick you guys to win that.
I don't know that they have a better roster than the Colts, man. Like the Colts have better wide receivers. They have a better running back. I think they're better probably overall on defense. I think it really.
I was about to ask you. Do you think? I don't know if they're better on defense.
I think they probably are.
The problem with you guys, you haven't been healthy.
Well, and they do things like trade 3rd round picks for C.J. Henderson and let Stephon Gilmore walk and A.J. Bouye walk, and
not let Gilmore walk. That was a bad move.
And you saw where he ended up. He ended up in Indianapolis. But right. I don't think that I'm not sure. He's not still there, though. He got traded. But no, I think that they could be better overall on defense. Certainly better skill positions on offense. Yeah. It's just going to come down to how Anthony Richardson plays.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I think 11-6. I think 11-6 for you guys.
Okay, I see.
And that's clear win, division winner.
I think they run away with the division a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, he went to the Cowboys. Thank you, Caleb. Yeah. Okay, so there you have it. Now, okay, we mentioned that Andy Dalton is penciled in as a starter right now. We all know that's not going to last. I want to talk about that for a second. I don't like when teams do this, right? I don't like this whole. You're dangling the carrot in front of the player. Oh well, we don't just give positions away, or you got to go out there and earn it. You drafted the man number 1 overall. You traded away picks and players for this guy. Shout out to Marco G. I'm gonna read that in 1 second. You traded away picks and players for this guy. You don't have to go through this whole charade of, you got to go out there and earn it. You picked him number 1 because you believe in this guy. Just say, hey, this is your job. If you're not ready, then that situation will change. But you are the guy. Right? I don't like all that stuff. Just tell the media, look, Andy Dalton is a backup. We got him here just in case. But he's not. We didn't know. We didn't bring him in to be the starter. We didn't bring him in to compete. We brought him in as a backup. Okay. And if things change, then things change. But Bryce is our guy. We don't need to go through that whole nonsense.
Right. Because it's not like a situation where with, like I said, Christian Hackenberg, where there's a possibility he never plays a snap for you. He is the guy. He's going to play no matter what. When you look at Hendon Hooker, obviously with Malik Willis in Tennessee, you look at those guys and you say, if they come along and prove that they should be the starter, they'll get that shot. But there's no guarantee when you're, a 2nd, 3rd round pick. When you're the number 1 overall pick, there's no question it's your team.
Yeah.
And it, the plan when you make that pick is it's going to be your team from day 1. Like I said, if they go to training camp and he's just not ready, that's a different story. But the plan is for him to be the man week 1.
Yeah. All right. And shout out to Marco G for the 333 says, can the Panthers go to London to play the Titans instead of the Ravens? I'm afraid Pat Ricard and James Prochet passports might not be renewed by then. Oh, man.
James Prochet's not going to be on the team, so that's not going to be an issue. Pat Ricard, it's fine if he doesn't get to go.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Honest. Will G says, I got them 8-9 or 9-8, possible 10-7. Okay. That's about what B has them. Mm-hmm. I think probably all 3 of those scenarios still wins the division. So I think he'll take it either way. I think 8-9 would have won you the division last year, right?
8-9, I believe, did win the division. Well, I'm trying to remember if that last win got Tampa Bay to 9. I can't remember. I think they were 8-9. I
think they had a losing record. Mr. J says we got a top 15 O-line. That's so you're a mid O-line. I like how you worded that. I would say 10, but I don't know how Moten is going to play this year. I feel you. A good different skill set of pass catchers and running backs to deploy. We are going to be a surprise wild card.
Who do you think is going to win the division?
That's what I want to know.
And yes, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were 8-9 last year.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Jeremy says, I just don't see the Panthers making the playoffs. They almost made it last year.
They were
Like,
one game away last year. And again, I'll ask you the same question I asked Mr. J. Who do you think is going to win that division?
You know what, Jeremy? No, you know what, Jeremy? I hear you. Because you know what's going on here, right? People don't realize how bad the NFC is.
Yeah. Well, and he says here 7-10 at best. They were 7-10 last year.
Right. So you don't think they're better than last year? Right. Like, yes, they were bad last year, but I mean, they still got 7 wins, and they were one win away from winning the division last year. And I think they're much better. They're much improved from last year. Let's see here. What we got? Which one are you reading? What are you laughing at?
I was laughing at Marco saying the Falcons are going 28-3.
Yeah. Okay. Because thanks David Carr and the Saints. Okay. Or Derek Carr.
Carr don't play for the Saints.
Because you did the same thing I did. I always call him David. It's Derek Carr. Listen, they wouldn't surprise me, right? But we don't think highly of that coach.
No, because he's a terrible coach. And Derek Carr has made a career of underperforming.
Yeah.
So
Mr. J says we're going to win, but the media and half the people in the chat don't think we will. That's why I said surprise. Well,
but you said surprise wild card. That's why we were asking. They're not going to be a wild card.
Yeah, they're going to win the division. So they're going to have at least one home game. And yes, look, I mean, 70% of chat is Ravens fans. Look, I need you to go over to these other chat rooms and tell them to come over. You rally the troops, rally your Panthers nation. Tell them to get in here, and you know we can even out the scorecard a little bit. Okay. Shook says, you know who underperforms? Brodny.
Shook's still in his feelings from this morning. It's sad to see.
What happened this morning?
Sad. I don't know. He made up some stuff about him being upset and us doing what do we call it? Sneak streams. Because Ed and I were doing the show, the Daily Show, and Shook slept through it. So I guess to him that meant that it wasn't a public stream. it wasn't advertised.
Secret streams. Jerry says the Falcons can produce offense even if Desmond Ridder is playing average. Okay, but do you think they're better than the Panthers? Desmond Ridder is bad. First of all, he's not average. He's bad. Maybe he upgrades to average, improves to average, but he wasn't good last year. And also, do you think they're a better team than the Panthers? Because I don't think that.
Right, because I mean, look, they don't have better receivers than the Panthers. They just don't. They have one receiver on the team, is Drake London. Kyle Pitts. They're better at tight end with Kyle Pitts and Johnny Smith. And you could even argue that they're better at running back with Bijan, even though he hasn't played a game. He looks like the real deal. O-line and quarterback play are going to be much worse in Atlanta, as is, I think, the defense. Now, they put in a lot of work to try and improve the defense, but we'll see how long it takes them to actually gel. Because, again, they're playing Carolina week 1 at home. So I think that they're not going to gel in time for week 1. That's definitely going to be a loss, and then they have to try and go to Carolina and win.
Yeah. Well, G says beating up teams in your division could give some serious momentum this year and confidence to win versus better teams in the NFL. True. Yeah. So, yes, indeed. Falcons defense still needs a lot. The Falcons are they're not close to competing. Yeah. Not in my opinion. All right. So we're gonna get into some NBA playoffs discussion in a second here because B is very he's very excited. Okay. Some good things going on there. What you got?
It's a very exciting time.
Yeah. What are you putting? What are you looking at?
Oh,
okay. Because before we get to that, okay, we have to get a word from our sponsors. Ourselves. Yes. Listen, I told you guys this is my favorite shirt right now. One of my favorite shirts. Okay. This is not available on our store. You can go over to the Road Pod and check it out. It's well worth the investment. Okay. But one of my favorite shirts has this design right here. Okay, you guys see me wear that often. Okay, that is the Ravens Baltimore City edition shirt. Okay, with the outlet, it's the Ravens wings with the outline of East and West Baltimore. Okay, with the city skyline in the back. Okay, excellent shirt. That is actually one of our best sellers right there. We also got one on the Panthers side, and that's pretty dope too. To keep pounding. Okay, you got the Panthers paw clawing through the shirt. Okay, it's dripping Carolina blue blood, and there is an outline of the city in the back as well.
Yeah, the state.
Of the state, yes. Yes, I said I meant state. So yes, 2 hot apparels right there that you can find over at lbhtshow.com/shop. All right. Go over there. In fact, go to lbhtshow.com. Okay. 62 people in here where we have your attention. Do that right now, please, if you will. Go over there, sign up for our newsletter. As soon as you go over there, there'll be a little pop-up, ask for your email. We don't send you spam, but we're putting together a newsletter. Our guy Will G is going to help us out with it. We appreciate you, Will G. All right. We're going to put that together. It'll be like a weekly or bi-weekly thing. We haven't really established that yet, but that's where you get all the information like this event coming up August 4th. Okay. That stuff will be in the newsletter. When Hendo has pop-up streams, okay, that will be in the newsletter. We're going to try to put things like that in there. So go to lbhtshow.com and sign up today. All right.
Mr. J said we need that processed blue. Man, the actual Carolina Panthers just got processed blue, man. I ain't got that kind of connect. I ain't got that kind of pull. The real team didn't have processed blue until now.
Yeah. Okay. So also the next thing. Let me take this down, B. And take this down for a second. Patreon.com/LBHT Show. Now, we have a few tiers here. The price went up a little bit. Don't be scared. Okay. You can still get it for $5. You got $5 in your pocket. Okay. You don't need to spend the $25 on delivery fees for Grubhub tonight. Okay. Drive around the corner, get your food, and you will have enough. Okay. For our membership. Okay. Because you don't want to miss tonight's overtime show. Let me pull that up. Boom, right there. Okay. Jamison Williams and a former baseball coach. And when do we talk about baseball on here? When there's a scandal. Yes. So, all right, B, real quick, tell them about the tiers and what they can get.
Even quicker, though. Okay, so had a donation for us.
Oh, salute. He says, LBHT crew, we all Knicks fans right now.
Yeah, just to say the Knicks are losing 35-34, 5 minutes left in the first half. The Heat already, at this point in the game, have 15 second chance points. Where in the hell is your rebounding, New York? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? But yeah, so on Patreon, like as I said, we have 3 tiers for the show. We have the $5 tier, which is a kind of a general support tier, but also gets you entrance into our NFL Pick'em League that we do every year, where we give away a custom LBHT trophy or plaque. We'll see if it's going to be the trophy or the plaque next year. We're kind of going back and forth on that. But it's a lot of fun, and I thought one time maybe you were distracted and that we weren't going to have to see this.
That is a shiny plaque, man.
Well, I mean, like the flash wasn't on.
This is our previous winner, Coach J. Salute to you. There's Mikey. Yes. Okay, they take a lot of pride in winning this thing.
It's terrible. We then have the $10 tier, which gets you the LBHT crew coin that Jose has right there. And that also gets you into our fantasy football leagues. We have a dynasty league going right now where we play for a custom championship belt. This was the one from last year. Shout out to Buck, who won the first season of the dynasty league. We're going to have a new belt. It's going to be an improved. No, he isn't. An improved version of this for this season's winner. We also have a redraft league. If there's enough interest, we'll start up a second dynasty league as well. Also, you get, in the $10 tier, I believe that is I said the coin already. Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
$20 tier.
So on to the $20 tier, which is a combined tier for this show and our boxing podcast that we do with OTR Mike. For that tier, which is Ring Kings podcast, for that tier, you get our custom poker set featuring our top 25 fighters of all time, along with everything else that I mentioned. And, we do also have a $60 tier, which we're calling the creator tier, for people who have just started on YouTube or who are interested in starting up a YouTube channel. And we provide a kind of almost like a consultation or strategy session where you can come on camera with us and Hendo and OTR Mike, and we'll go through your entire channel, content strategy, brand, and, community building, anything that we can think of, any questions that you have, we'll go over all of that and get you really set up to avoid all of the common pitfalls that YouTubers go through.
Yeah. And also in that tier, I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but we give you access to a list of collaborators that we work with, right? You want to know how we came up with that logo design. Okay. We can give you the information of the person that hooked us up with that. People always ask, hey, the music, where do you get the music from? Where can I find that music? We had somebody produce the music for us. We can give you that information.
Mm-hmm. The guy that did our intro and outro, we can get you in touch with them. Just anything that you need to get you set up how you want to be set up at the start of your YouTube journey.
I'm gonna give you guys a quick example real quick, right? So look, you got the Wonder Kid show in here, right? You got Living Big with Big Reg. You got the Robot. There's a few people in here that are dipping their toe in the YouTube game. That's good, right? I'm gonna give you a little secret for some of the things that I do behind the scenes. I can't give you all the secrets right now, but I'm gonna show you one collaborator that we work with. Okay, it is Video AI, Video.ai. Okay, they help me cut up my videos, put out shorts, things like that. It's a real time saver. Okay, it's a AI that you go in there, you upload your video, it will produce a ton of videos for you. It'll add subtitles and whatnot. You go in there, take the ones that you like, you can upload them, and it's great. It saves a lot of time. I'll show you a quick demo of what it looks like. There you go. Video AI. You sign in. Boom. Right? You go and click upload file. You can either upload your file or you can even add the link to the video. And then it will produce a whole bunch of videos for you. Right? It'll send you a notification when it's ready. That's all the things that I've been working on recently. There you go. Hold on. Oh, I turned it off. But basically, once you do that, you get a whole bunch of videos on there. Video.ai. You can go on there, try it for free. That's just one of the many collaborators that we work with, right? So,
and that is spelled VIDYO.ai.
Yes, yeah. Yes. So, little secret I gave you guys for free. All right. The rest you're gonna have to pay for. Okay. All right. We got some NBA talk to go through, B.
Yeah, we do. We had sent the link to Hendo. Doesn't appear that he is going to be coming on to defend the lack of warrior spirit, if we're being honest, with the Golden State Warriors. They are getting ready. They're having a little wake in their locker room right now, getting ready for the end. That game's coming on a little bit later tonight. Right now, we got Miami and New York. They're actually tied up now at 43 with 2 minutes left in the half. But the Heat lead that series 3-1, so that's just a matter of time also, right? So today, I think likely we have both of those series end.
Yeah.
On the other side, I don't know what the hell they're doing over in Boston and Philly, or Denver and Phoenix, if I'm being real. Like, Boston was one of the favorites coming into the season and into the playoffs, and they're going out on the court every single night to make it known that they just don't want it.
Yeah. Nitro, he says y'all tripping. How's it only 3 likes? Hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. But refresh your browser. There's more than 3 likes in there. There's more than 3 likes. We would have been stopped the show if there's only 3 likes.
Right. We would have logged off.
Okay. Look. I'm sorry, I lost track about it. Are you talking about your Lakers now?
No. I mean, I was trying to. I didn't want to offend any of the Warriors fans, so I tried to keep that quick. I'm talking about why Boston cannot or will not defeat Philadelphia.
Not surprised. Philly's a good team, man.
Philly's a good team. Philly is led by one of the all-time chokers. And listen, I shouldn't say led by. Joe Harden is their second best player. Joel Embiid, also not a finisher.
Listen, it's one of those things, you don't do it until you do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And listen. I mean, look, this isn't even in the conference finals. They've been to the conference finals before, I believe, right? Against Toronto. Was that conference
final? It was about 6 years ago they went to the conference finals.
So I mean, it's not even like they haven't, been in this position before. But the bigger question is, why isn't Boston playing up to our expectations? And it's because they don't have the coach.
I think it's that's part of it. But I also think that the other part is just Jason Tatum hasn't taken that next step that everybody just kind of gave him credit for taking. He didn't really. I mean, he's a great player, a great young player, and he had a lot of really, really great games in the playoffs. But there were also times when they needed Jason Tatum where Jason Tatum just didn't show up, at all.
Like Suge, I'm a big Jason Tatum fan, right? And there is a guy I work with. Shout out to Sergio. I know he's not watching, but shout out to you, Sergio. He is from Boston. He is a Boston fan. And he is, but first of all, Boston fans are very critical of their teams, very critical, right? But he is not impressed with Jason Tatum. He says it all the time. Jason Tatum, man, just isn't that guy, right? And I'm like, man, Jason Tatum's young, right? Like he's going to be that guy. It seems like every year I got to say this. At some point, he's got to be that guy. But I'm looking at he's 25 years old.
Yeah, he's still very young.
And my theory, if you don't know, is the great players have their awakening around 27, right? Not just great players, all players have their awakening around 27 years old, right? That is the peak of your physical abilities, right? And that is when you've been in the league for a while, and now it ain't just about proving yourself. It's about establishing legacy, right? Now, I think Jason Tatum is more mature. I think he takes it seriously. But I think the next year or two, you're going to see that awakening from him where he understands, I need to dominate, right? He's not quite there yet. He's going to get there. It seems like he's been around forever, but he's still very young.
He is very young, but I'm going to disagree with you on Jason Tatum. I agree with your theory in general, but that's because those great players go to bad teams and they don't play high stakes basketball early in their career. Jason Tatum, because of the Brooklyn Nets pulling off, I can't remember if it was the worst or the second worst trade of all time because they are 1 and 2. But one of their trades gave, the trade that brought Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce to Brooklyn gave Boston top 5 picks while they were a playoff team.
Yeah.
So they were making playoff runs and picking in the top 5. That's how they got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And Jason Tatum has been in the playoffs every single year of his career. They've made playoff runs every single year of his career. They made it to the finals, and now he's coming back and he's still got the same issue. So I don't think it's a youth thing with him because he is 25. But he's an old 25 in terms of experience. He's got a ton of playoff experience at this point. He just has times where he disappears, and some players just don't grow out of that.
I'm going to disagree back with you because, I mean, look, I'm not saying he's this guy, but if you look at LeBron's career, right, it was kind of like that with the LeBron effort. LeBron had a lot of pressure on him to perform immediately, and he did. Got that awful team to the finals, the first Cleveland team, right? But still, they weren't expected to win. But then there were some expectations there for a while, right? Those that with Mo Williams, all-star Mo Williams, okay. Those are Daniel Marshall teams and all that. But they fell short, right? They had, I think 2 of those years they had the best record in the league, and they still lost in the playoffs. Then he went to Miami, and even that first year, they lost. But I think after that first year, he got embarrassed, and I think, it's the awakening happened, because at that point, that was around 26, 27 years old, right?
It was around then. But the difference with LeBron still is, they had the best record in the year once or twice, I believe, but they weren't the best team. They weren't close to the best team. It was LeBron powering through teams in the regular season.
I don't think Boston's the best team. You mean in the East?
Yeah, I mean they're easily the best team left in the East. In terms of the actual team, their roster, they were the 1 seed, and they have the best roster now that Milwaukee is out. LeBron wasn't that. Now he went to Miami and he just straight up choked that first year. It wasn't like a weird thing with Jason Tatum where, some nights he just doesn't have it, or he doesn't show up or whatever. Like, it was every fourth quarter he just froze up. And after that, obviously, he started winning. But I still think it's a little bit different because, they had expectations just because he's LeBron. Boston has expectations because they have every single thing that they need to win. Yeah. And he's out there playing against worse teams and just not playing as well as he should.
But again, I'm gonna go back to, look, I understand they cycle through coaches, like they're fast food in the NBA. But Ime Udoka, I think, made a big impact, and losing him this year made a big impact. I think that's part of what's going on right now. Right.
I think it could be. But like I said, with Jason Tatum, until further notice, for me, he's just a guy who is not going to be on that top tier in the playoffs. Okay. If he takes that next step, great. But right now, I'm just making the assumption that he's a guy who's very good, but not that elite tier of guys in the playoffs. Like, I don't think you're going to see a run from him like you saw from Dirk Nowitzki when they won the title, where he was just straight up unstoppable.
But we kind of said the same thing about Dirk for a while too, right? Yeah. Before he made that run.
Yeah, but again, with Dirk, it was just the difference for me with Jason Tatum is the fact that he's been there from his rookie year, every single season. Yeah. He's been in the playoffs. He should be over that hump by now. That's what you see with those guys. Like, they get there and they lose because they're young, they're inexperienced, blah blah blah. The team's not good enough around them, and then you work your way over that hump, and then you become one of the greats, right? Because even in LeBron's case, that's pretty much what happened. He went to Miami and they put that team together. That was the first time he had a team that should win a title. Yeah, but in Boston, they've had the talent for a while. Yeah. They just can't get it done.
I just think they're too young, man. I just think they're too young. This is a grown man sport.
But they're not that young, though.
Look, this is a grown man sport. It's looking like the Lakers are the favorite right now.
They are.
LeBron is almost 40. And he looks unstoppable. That's a grown
I don't know why
man.
I don't know why you put it that way. He's closer to 39 than 40. I don't know why we had to break out the 40 right there. But and I want to address that too, because Charles Barkley was talking about it after the game the other day about the Warriors and how they just need to run them ragged because they're so old. Just go out there and run them. They have one old player on that team, LeBron. That's literally it. Everybody else on that team is young.
Yeah.
So I'm just tired of the narrative. Okay.
And you can't run him ragged. No. He runs you.
Well, you can't run him ragged because he ain't gonna run with you. All right. He's just not gonna do it.
When he's ready to run, you're gonna move out his way. Jonathan Washington says, to me, Boston hasn't looked right all year. They don't seem to have the sense of urgency and the momentum like they had last season. Yeah. Just Alex says Harden's playing out of his mind. Yeah.
Yeah, for now. He's setting them up.
Mr. J says they don't have anyone that can hold Embiid. Williams or Harford ain't it? True.
Williams is supposed to be a great defender, though, I thought. But you're not going to hold the league MVP. He's the highest scorer in the league. Like, whatever. You still have to score on the other end.
Yeah, Xavier. They don't have the right coach. I agree.
But they did have the right coach last year, and he scored 10 in a couple of the finals games.
Yeah, you can't defend that. Jerry Miller says, I want to trust 76ers, but Doc hasn't proved his doubters yet. Yeah, he does have a ring, though.
Yeah, or Harden or Embiid, not just Doc.
Yeah. Well, G says, is it true Steph Curry is like 0 for 17 on game-winning shots? He has made dagger shots before the final seconds. But is that true for the last shot attempts?
I am glad that Will G brought this up. I don't have any idea what the actual number is on the stat, but I just want to point out that Steph Curry is not clutch. All right, he is not that guy.
What? He is clutch.
He is absolutely not clutch. Klay Thompson has been the closer on that team. You saw what Steph Curry does when the ball is in his hands in the final moments. All right, let's take it back to Cleveland. All right, when he had to defend Kyrie and Kyrie put 3 in his eye, and then he comes down the other end and a dude who is famously a terrible defender in Kevin Love locked his ass up on the perimeter. Right now, fast forward. Now we're gonna fast forward to. I mean, we're not going to talk about what's happened in between. We're gonna fast forward.
We're not going to talk about the three championships they won in between.
We're gonna fast forward to today, where or a couple of days ago, where end of the game you have an inexplicable jump ball, mind you, inexplicable because there's no way that was a jump ball. But whatever, fine. I know you want to cheat, but you can't cheat, LA. You win the jump ball, and allegedly the perfect player in that situation catches it, right? It's Steph Curry. The clutch Curry, Chef Curry, the guy who can't miss from 3, catches the ball and falls on his ass for absolutely no reason. Nobody touched him. He just fell down. And then when he's laying on the ground, does he call timeout? No. Does he pass it to a teammate? No. What does he do? He doesn't look. Without looking. No. Without looking. He throws the ball over his head out of bounds.
Wait. First of all, you're blaming him for that? Somebody's supposed to be in position to get the ball.
Nobody was supposed to be. He got the ball. He caught the ball off the tip. And then he fell down for no reason because nobody touched him. And while he was laying on the ground, no, I'm not like you're laughing. I'm not making that. Nothing happened to him. He just like, I'm gonna lay down.
Did they have timeouts to call?
And then I think they had a timeout left. But when he was laying down, he didn't look. He just said, "Here."
They were trying to take the ball from him.
Nobody touched him. No one was going to touch him. He just threw the ball over his head, out of bounds.
Okay,
that's y'all's king. That's clutch Curry right there.
It's funny, right? B is trying to deflect you guys from the real topic here, and he knows what I'm talking about. Okay, this has nothing to do with Steph Curry being a choke or anything like that. This has everything to do with B being wrong.
Hour and a half. It's time to go, right?
He doesn't want to talk about the real hero of the game, the real MVP of the game, the star of the game, Mr. Lonnie Walker.
I don't have any problem talking about Lonnie Walker. Okay.
Listen,
Lonnie Walker came in and played a fantastic game. Also, mind you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. But also, mind you, just cooking the hell out of Steph Curry.
Oh, this has got to be about Steph. Okay. I think he cooked everybody.
He did. But I didn't see anybody fall flat on their face like I did Steph Curry while they were trying to defend him.
B had no respect for Lonnie Walker. I always believed in Lonnie Walker. I just say he needed an opportunity. That's
not what.
But unlike Prochet, Lonnie Walker came through for me last night.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that I never believed in him. I said I didn't want them to sign him because they had one signing to make, and I wanted them to keep Malik Monk. And had they kept Malik Monk, the series would already be over.
Had they kept Malik Monk wouldn't have done what Lonnie Walker did last night.
Malik Monk has had a much better season than Lonnie Walker. He's a much better scorer than Lonnie Walker.
Malik Monk has had the opportunity Okay.
Lonnie Walker had plenty of opportunity.
You saw what happened when he got his chance.
When he was in San Antonio, he
All
had plenty of opportunity. And they said, we wish you success elsewhere.
Look, John Washington Jr. says, Lonnie looked at Steph Curry and said, it's barbecue chicken alert.
But no, man. But no, I'm not trying to take anything away from Lonnie Walker. He was fantastic. He saved the game for LA. And he earned himself a much, much bigger role. Yeah,
he said Fauché can't even skate basketball talk. I'm sorry, Fauché.
he earned himself a much bigger role with that performance because, goddamn, am I tired of seeing Austin Reeves think he's 10 times the athlete he is.
Let me tell you something about Austin Reeves, man. There are times out there he is holding on to the ball like he's about to do something with it, and I'm like, how dare you? Like, you know what he is? He's that player when you're playing NBA 2K, you built a 6'7" guy that has no handles, but you think you're gonna cook somebody and then they fall over. Like that's him sometimes. Like I'm like, what are you doing right now?
But I told him that he's Devin George, but he thinks he's Kobe.
Yeah. Failure's no option 80. Salute to you. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you. And listen, there's still 50 some people in here. Towards the end of the show, we've been going for an hour and a half. We talking NBA. I know a lot of you come here to get the Ravens talk, but this is the NBA part of the show. Hit that like button if you're new in here. Hit that subscribe button. We haven't set any goals for a while. We crossed 1,500 subscribers not too long ago. Thank you guys very much for that. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Man, let's shoot for 2,000, man. Let's go. In fact, I'm gonna make a goals graphic. Okay. We need to get this channel to 2,000 subscribers. We need to get Open Mic with OTR Mike right there. Get him to 1,000 subscribers. We need to get Ring Kings Podcast to 1,000 subscribers. And we need to get the Rogue Pod to 2,000 subscribers. I mean, he's going to get that soon. He cooking over there. He's cooking over there. All right. So let's go. Tell a friend. Okay. Tell the people. And also tell people, go ahead and get a ticket to the August 4th meet and greet. Okay, you're gonna be hearing us say that a whole lot. In fact, B, I think we got a little something to show them right here. Oh, after this donation, let's get that donation first. Salute to Money Making Mitch for the 333. Says just here to remind B that Jimmy Butler is a superstar. Miami Heat 2023 NBA champions. I like the way you talk money.
I mean, Mitch. Just clownish. That entire statement. Don't start feeling yourself because you beat the Bucks without Giannis and you're beating the Knicks. But hey, that's what non-superstars do, right?
Listen, August 4th is the meet and greet. Okay, I want to play a little something for you guys to set the mood here. All right. For our audio listeners, you heard the music. That is just a little promo for our meet and greet that's happening August 4th. All right. We are pushing it heavy right now. We are selling tickets. Once they're gone, they're gone. So make sure you go to our Eventbrite link, which will be in the description. I'll make sure I put it in this time. I didn't put it in last week, but it's also in the chat box. I'll put it in the chat box one more time. Look, man, Miami's doing their thing. Okay, and shout out to Miami because everybody thought they would be out in the first round, but here they are.
Yeah, and had Giannis been healthy, they would have been. That's all right.
Listen, I'm not going to do what else because the whole reason Giannis got a championship is because people got hurt.
No, absolutely. I don't have any problem saying that. That's absolutely true, and that's the reason that the Knicks are in the second round too. Yeah, it is what it is. It doesn't take anything away from it to say it. Like there are reasons that things happen.
Yeah. Mikey says if you don't get a ticket, I'll slide you in the side door, but it's gonna cost you $200. There you go. All right, look. This is the end of the show. We're gonna start overtime show here pretty soon. We'll give you a bonus time Okay, let's fire up bonus time. We'll spend a few minutes discussing whatever you feel like discussing, and then we'll head over to the bonus, the overtime show, and we will be discussing betting in sports. That's basically the topic, right? What happened with those guys on that cover right there? What you see right here, sports betting. That's what got them in trouble. Okay, and that's what we're going to be discussing. It could be a problem. It could be an even bigger problem down the road. Okay, so we're going to be discussing what's been happening with players / coaches in terms of that, and what's going to happen to combat that, because I think it could get worse. All right. Shay says he got the side door for 75. Hit him up. Shay always trying to undercut somebody. Yeah, Money Making Man says Giannis was there for games 4 and 5. Okay. Stop the cap, B.
Oh wow, he was there for 2 of them. Cool.
Hey, they lost.
Yeah, they lost. They did lose. Nobody's saying that the Heat are a JV squad. I'm saying if Giannis had been there for the entire series, you wouldn't have won the series.
But he wasn't. And they're about to beat the Knicks. All right, what we got here?
Wow. So I just Googled it, and I went to a couple sites just to make sure that it was actually true. Steph Curry on potential go-ahead shots in the final 45 seconds of fourth quarter or overtime in the playoffs. So clutch playoff shots, right? The last 45 seconds, shots that can put them ahead, or in the fourth quarter or overtime.
I don't like where this is going.
Steph Curry is 0 for 12. And I don't know exactly how many, but at least one turnover.
So what you're saying is it's not 0 for 17, like the false information that's going out there. Okay, I don't know what to trust. First it was 0 for 17. Now we're saying 0 for 12. I don't know. I don't know who to trust.
You're right, because there are different numbers floating around out there. Let's put it like this: he's never made one.
Like these advanced stats are so overrated. Okay,
it's not an advanced stat.
My man's got 4 rings.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 rings. He's your current finals MVP. Okay. Just keep that in mind. That's what I'm talking about. Hendo. False. Okay, false.
Well, tell literally every site on the internet that, Hendo. Don't tell me.
Jeremy says Julius Randle has looked like garbage. Man, I like Julius Randle.
That's
man,
his.
He does not show up in the playoffs.
That's his default state in the playoffs.
Is it, man? Is it? I think it's nerves.
I thought that last year, the first time they made the playoffs, but I'm like, why is it still that?
Yeah.
I don't
know. Mikey says that's because the other times the shot put them up by 20. That's right.
No, but that is the point. He's a front runner. He's not clutch. Clay,
front runner.
He is absolutely a front runner. If you are winning, if they are winning, Steph Curry will make sure that you do not get up. He's putting the foot on your neck and he's keeping it there. If they losing, he's passing to Clay. Clay learned how to defeat.
Grandmaster CP3 says Warriors going 12-34 from 3 to end the series. Wow, he didn't go out like that. Jonathan Watson Jr. says, do the Nuggets close out Phoenix tomorrow, or does KD and Book push it to 7? I think they close it out.
I think they push it to 7.
Oh,
so they're that one's in Phoenix, right? I think they get that one.
I'm gonna say this: if they push it to 7, Denver's cooked. I don't believe in Phoenix, but I definitely don't believe in Denver. If they let it go to 7, they might as well start playing their vacation. They're not winning game 7. Shout out to Anonymous says, barring things go according to plan, who do you have winning between 76ers and Heat, Nuggets and Lakers?
Lakers and Sixers.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Sixers could go to game 6. The Nuggets could go game 7. But I gotta see how they play. I gotta see how they finish this series out. I mean, they could fold. They look like they're trying to fold now. But yeah, the Lakers, man, they're tough. They did everything they needed to do to get right before the playoffs. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anybody can beat them that's left. I mean, they can't, but I don't see anybody beating them.
Yeah.
Shug says, so what are you saying, B, is Jose is Curry and you are Clay? Wow.
I didn't say that. I think we're both Clay in this scenario.
Didn't you call him lazy earlier? Don't try to kiss up to him now. Living Big with Big Red says, yeah, I was hoping Julius Randle had good playoffs, but he failed me. Yeah.
You failed yourself, Big Reg. Why are you believing in Julius Randle? I tried to tell this to Ferris too, because when Milwaukee went down, oh, there's a path to the finals. I'm like, no, the hell there isn't.
He said Hendo's Draymond.
Hendo is not washed.
He said,
and Hendo is not a coward.
No, he's saying Hendo's Draymond and Sugar's this guy. And for my audio listeners, I'm showing a picture of Draymond stomping out Sabonis. All right, look, we're gonna get out of here, man. We're gonna get out of here. Wait, couple more. Grandmaster says Suns about to come back and win it. Nuggets are a disappointment waiting to happen, even when they had Melo.
What are the Suns?
They've been to the finals at least, I guess.
Yeah, and they lost 4 straight.
Yeah, that's true. Rui Hachimura has balled out this postseason. Lakers definitely should look to bring him back. I agree.
Yeah.
I like Hachimura. All right. That is it. What are you reading?
Oh no, I was gonna show my new favorite picture, but we can end the show instead. That's fine with me.
Okay, we can show it on the overtime show. All right. Yeah. Thank you guys so much, man. 64 people still here. Clock coming at the end. We are literally about to sign off. Clock. If you have anything you want to say, we'll give you a couple of seconds. Go ahead and type it in the chat, and we're getting ready to head over to the overtime show. Listen, if you have not signed up to our Patreon, it is well worth the investment. Patreon.com/LBHT Show. Do you have $5 in your pocket? You do? I know you do. You do? Go ahead and sign up. Okay. Sign up. Even look, you sign up, take a look around, you say, hey, I like it, dope stuff, but I need that $5. All right, cool. All right. You don't sign up after that. But once you're in, you are in. Okay. You sign up to you pay your $5, you sign up to the Discord, you are in there for life, unless we kick you out. Okay. In that Discord, all these great conversations that we have, we can keep it going in the Discord. We have all kinds of channels on in there. Suge is in there constantly. Hendo, Coach Evans, all of us are in there hanging out 24/7. Yeah. So it's well worth it. And of course, we're going to be doing the overtime show, which no matter what tier you sign up for, you get access to the overtime show. All right. So what are you gonna say?
No, I have it's not great quality. But my new favorite picture for the foreseeable future. This is right after Draymond decided to throw the ball directly to Anthony Davis. My man, Dennis Schroeder.
He looks like a little kid just laughing at somebody.
He does. I love this unbridled joy on his face. Right there. He couldn't keep it in. He's like, I can't believe you did that.
He said, "Ooh, you about to lose."
He's like, "You gonna be in trouble when Steph sees you." But then Steph threw it out of bounds over his head without looking for anybody, so Steph can't really say anything.
He does look like an alien, and he looks like an alien. All right, we're getting out of here.
I love it.
All right, patrons, get ready. The overtime show is about to start. Everybody else, thank you so much.
Do it.
Too late. We read it too late. B, are you ready?
I'm ready.
He is ready. Everybody, thank you so much. Oh, you know what is there is another special event happening this weekend. It ain't Mother's Day.
Don't
But it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, because you're not going to see us before that.
Wow. Okay. Happy Mother's Day to our mother.
Can I finish?
Because our mother is number one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You mentioned every other mother in the world before you mentioned our mother.
Can I say the best for last?
That's awful.
Can I say the best for last?
That's
How about
terrible.
that? How about
That's
the best
terrible.
for last?
It's terrible.
Happy Mother's Day, Ma. Happy Mother's Day. Okay. And yes, it is Coach Evans' birthday on Mother's Day. It is my birthday the day before that. It's a strong month for the Taurus crew. All right.
Why didn't we say that at the beginning of the show and ask for birthday donations?
Look, Cash App ain't closed. Okay.
That's true.
$ LBHT Show. You can hit the Cash App anytime. Okay.
I'll let you handle that. Shook says, wait, Jose, birthday stream this weekend?
Shook gonna stream for my birthday? You guys heard that. Hey, salute to you. Ben's birthday was yesterday. Our nephew Ben.
Yes,
happy birthday,
Ben.
Yes. Hey, I hope you took care of the young prince, the Fresh Prince of LA.
You need to find somebody who could teach that kid a jumper.
And today is Jazzy's birthday. Salute, Jazzy. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right. Okay, this is a strong birthday month. All right. Okay, patrons, get ready. We're about to head over there. B's ready. Thank you very much. Have a great night, and we will see you next time. Oh, and we got a donation on the way out. Hendo says, Cookie Fund. Yes. We're ending the show. Peace.